सो सबसे बड़ी गलती जो लोग LOR में करते हैं, hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to talk about a letter of recommendations. So if you are an undergrad student, or if you are planning to go to masters abroad, or if you are working in a company, so letter of recommendations play a very important role in your application, and they can strengthen your application to such an extent that you can get an admit from a very good university. So let us talk about what is LOR. So LOR stands for letter of recommendation, and these recommendations are basically required by the universities you apply to. So the process works like, if you apply to a university, they usually ask for 2 to 3 LORs. So LORs are basically from a professor you have worked with, or a supervisor under which you have done a project, so that they can vouch for your personality, your ethics, your hard work, and also your work balance, how you handle work, how you handle pressurized situations here. So they can vouch for you, and they can vouch it to the university you're applying to, and this plays a very important role. So number one is the academic LOR, and academic LOR is basically from your professors, supervisors, teachers, or any teacher you have worked under, so that you can show a project. For example, if you have worked under a project with the supervisor, with your professor, with the dean, they can vouch for you. So these are known as academic LORs. So if you are in an undergraduate degree, you can contact your professors, you can contact your dean, you can contact your supervisor, you can contact assistant professors here. So you can contact any of them and ask them if they can provide a letter of recommendation for you to a particular university. So these are known as academic LORs, and these are specifically for students who are pursuing their studies right now, or will be pursuing the studies in the next upcoming years or so. So number two is a professional LOR. So if you are a professional, if you are working in a field for more than 3 or 4 or 5 years, so you can ask your supervisor or your managing director to give you an LOR. And one thing to note here, guys, is that do not ask a person who is not available. So always ask a person who is available 24/7, so that they can vouch for your ability and tell the university in a correct manner and in a right content what you bring to the table, because the university has to understand that okay, you have worked under this manager or this supervisor, and you have done this part, you have managed them, you have worked under these projects. So if he or she cannot convey it rightly to the university, then it may jeopardize your chances of getting into the university. So always contact a person who is available 24/7 and who you have worked under. Do not contact a person who you have not worked under, because it will create a lot of consequences, and you may not be able to write much in that. So contact someone who you know for a longer time. So let me talk to you the process of actually getting a LOR. So for example, I am applying to a university. I go to the university website, I upload all the documents there, and there is a section of LORs. So what happens is they ask either for a email ID of the professor or the supervisor, and that email ID has to be from the university domain. For example, when I was in IP University, so they asked for a email ID of the professor, which is @ipu.ac.in. So always provide the email IDs which are professional and which are which have the domain of your university. And sometimes they also allow you to give the email IDs of Gmail or Yahoo or any other search engine, but this always creates a complexity, because they always go and cross check the LOR if the person is actually in the university or not, or if this is a fake LOR or not. So always give a LOR of the domain of your university. So when I go to the university website, so there are a lot of options in the LOR one. Either I can upload an LOR, but this happens only in the case of European universities, for example UK and Australia. And in terms of US universities, they simply ask you for an email ID and ask you how you are related to the professor, how you have worked under them, how much time you have worked under them. So after you fill in the form, they automatically send a request to the professor, and the professor gets the email from the university, and he or she can go to the link provided by the university and upload your LOR there. So as soon as they upload the LOR, it shows a tick mark in your LOR section of the university master's page. So this is how you actually obtain a LOR. So always contact your professors beforehand, like 1 or 2 weeks before, so that they are available in time, and because LORs can delay your application, so always make sure that you have them filled up in a specific time, for example 1 or 2 weeks before you actually submit your application. So now let us talk about how you write the LOR. So the basic process is that after you contact your professor that hey, I am looking to apply to a university and I need your letter of recommendation. So what you do is you give them a draft, or you give them a basic draft of what you have achieved so far. So the main things you have to include in a draft is number 1, co-curricular activities. If you have participated in some co-curricular activities and performed well in them, so include that. Second is research papers. So I myself had published 2 research papers under a professor, and it was easy for me to like tell him that in my draft what could be said or what could be not. So I gave him a basic draft that my achievements under you are research papers. So number 2 is your achievements. Number 3 is any relevant projects which you have made in the specific domain. If you are applying to a MS and CS program, so what relevant projects you have made related to the CS program you are applying to, so give that. And number 4 is your soft skills. So here the professor also has to vouch for your soft skills. So for example, if you have a good communication, if you speak English well, if you perform well in the class, if you are proactive, so these all are soft skills, and he or she can vouch for that, and you can also include this in your draft and give it to the professor. So these 4 things must be included in your LOR. And after you give the professor a draft of the LOR, so once they receive it, they will they will edit your draft, they will put in more points from them side, and they can also delete some points which you have provided them. So the number 1 tip I can offer you that is always follow up. So you have to follow up with the professor because they are always busy and they do not have time. So always follow up with the professor, and speak with them, be in contact and touch with them, and they will easily provide you LOR. This is not a big issue to be done. So this is it for the video, guys. I hope you get a gist of what letter recommendations actually are and how you can write them and work on your application for your MS. And if you need to gain some knowledge on IELTS and TOEFL, so my Master Your IELTS book is available on Amazon KDP platform. So in this ebook I have taught everything related to IELTS. For example, how you gain good marks in reading, writing, speaking and listening part. I also have made a specific topic in that, like which mistakes you should avoid while giving your IELTS. And if somebody of your class or you are also interested in TOEFL, so my Let's Crack TOEFL book is also on Amazon KDP platform. And mind you, these 2 books are absolutely free, so go check them out and let me know how you feel about them. In the TOEFL book I have specified 15 reasons after talking personally to a lot of people, and what reasons they have particularly, what tips and tricks that they would actually provide when you are giving TOEFL. So go check it out. And इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. बाय बाय. Coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in